back to the channel, or if you're new, hi, I am Z, your fashion loving bookworm, and today we have a little bit of the collective book haul. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I also have like 2 other things that I've hauled, just because like I have been buying more than just books, because my mom gave me an unrealistic goal for the end of the year, and that's to reach 200 pairs of shoes. There's Bean. I could do it, but that would mean I'd have to buy like 27 pairs? Yes, I think 27 pairs now at this point. So who knows, maybe I'll get there. If I do, y'all will be the first to know. Well, you'll be second because I'll tell my mom first, but anyways, you'll be the first to know. Now, without all this yapping, let's get into the haul, because your girl has bought a lot of books and I've been reading more. I just, haven't been uploading, but here we are. I do this a lot. I'm gonna get there. We'll figure it out. Anyways. First, we're gonna start off with my book of the month book for June. We have The Shrouded Queen by Ashley Tropia. All I know is it's giving like Egyptian fantasy. And this is the first book in a series, I'm guessing, because it does say book 1 at the top. But I'm gonna give you a blurb, because that's what we got here. A slave and a princess switch places to survive, igniting parallel journeys of love and destiny. I have no idea if this is sapphic or anything. I know nothing. I know it was giving Egyptian fantasy, and that's why I chose it in book of the month. So, moving on. I picked up White Lights. This is by Lauren Kate. This is the author of the Fallen series. The Fallen series is this series I actually loved when I was like younger and like my teens, and she has a new book, so I definitely wanted to pick this one up. And I'm actually rereading the Fallen series this year, so I think once I'm finished with that, then we might dive into this one. But like she's got these really pretty like sprayed edges, and a whole bunch of like different authors blurbed it. Like Jennifer L. Armentrout blurbed it, Chloe Gong, Elsie Kova. So I'm intrigued. It like the back says, a triumphant return to the world of angels and mortals. Ooh, is it like the same storyline? I don't know. However, anyways, I can not English. That's not a thing for me. However, but the naked hardcover looks gorgina. Wait, do you see this? And then we've got the end pages. It's just like, it's giving like celestial. Okay, so end pages are the same, but this cover is like the naked hardcover is gorgina. Okay, so it is it's school. We're back in a school. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what this one's about. All I know is it's written by an author who I really liked when I was younger, so here's hoping I still like her work. But super fasty, super creaky. I don't know words, so I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so the arc of mortal lives is charming. Your origins can be so low, your destinies so high. But it's giving, I'm guessing it's academic, because there is a school and an existential conflict on a cosmic scale, with far more than her heart on the line. And that is all I'm going to give you guys, because that sounds amazing. So if you love like fallen angels and things like that, Lauren Kate is a great author. Like whether you're reading like the Fallen series or you're starting with something like her newer work. And I was obsessed with Lauren Kate for a while. So like when I found out she had this one, I was like, need, buy now. Next we have, this is The Throne of Ice and Blood. This is book 2 in the Flame and Thorn series by Marion Blackwood. I have the first one. Have I read that yet? No. Did I buy the second one? Yes. I actually bought this today. So, yay! I know nothing. I'm going to be 1000% honest with you. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I just know this is the next one in the series. So I grabbed it. That's all I got. If you know, let me know, but I don't know. So yes, okay. Next up we have A Crescent Kingdom. This is by Tessa Hale. This is Wolves of Crescent Cake. why can I not say that? Wolves of Crescent Creek, book 1. And basically we have our main female character. I actually don't know what her name is. It's not on the back. But anyways, she's kind of like, she has like this, I think it's white shoes. Do not quote me, because all I know is what I read on the back. And that's it. That's all I know. But basically our main character, they're on the run. They're like special. Like they've got like this super secret power, and they've spent basically their whole life running, hiding, and training to, you know, not be caught. And then they meet a pack of wolves, and it's going to be their story. I don't know if it's their story between all of them, because if it is, hello, love that for us, because we love good wide shoes, a good reverse harem over here on the channel. But anyways, and basically though, if they find out what she is, that might spell trouble for their relationship. So I feel like that'll be interesting. I do love me a good shifter romance, a good werewolf. Yes, give me all the paranormal vibes. I was gonna say, speaking of paranormal, but this is not paranormal whatsoever. Better know. Anyways, H.C. Carlton's newest release. This is My Dreadful Darling, book 1. I'm pretty sure this is a duet. All I know is it's like bully, like mega bully, like put Rena Kent to shame bullying, because it's what do we expect of our Queen HD? No shade to Rena, but I do love Rena. But like HD is on another level of like dark romance. Like sometimes it gives like horror erotica kind of situation. But all I know is it's bully, it's dark. Check your trigger warnings, because it's HD. Honestly, I don't think there's a thing she writes that you don't have to check your trigger warnings. It's perfectly fine with me. We love that here. But I just know a lot of people like struggled with this one. They also struggle with Cat and Mouse, but you know, here we are. I know nothing about this one, and I'm going to go into this completely blind. So with that being said, I did buy it. Okay, so we have our next one, which is going to be Dampyra. I think that's how you say that, by Amy Penza. Like Dampyra, a damper, damper, never mind. I don't, English is hard. This is a hard word. But we have this one, and basically our main character, Corinne, she is a damper, which is basically a half human, half vampire. And she's basically gone through her whole entire life making sure people don't know what she is. She but you know, curiosity killed the cat, and she likes exciting things because she lives in a boring human village, and she's caught, and then she's taken to an auction where she is sold to a vampire king. But then he plans to marry her off to a prince, and it is going to be her story, learning to trust people, not falling for them. I'm guessing it'll be an interesting time, but it sounded fascinating, and I hear she writes spicy things, so you had me. I really hope that's spicy. If it's not, I'm gonna be butthurt. Alright. Next things next. Why do I say that? Next up, we have The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. This is from this is the second book to When the Moon Hatched. I actually read When the Moon Hatched earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it, so I did want to get the second one. She is indeed a chunker. These are our sprayed edges. Yes. Is there anything naked hardcover? No, no naked hardcover, but the end pages are really pretty, so. Okay, the end pages are exactly the same. However, this book made me so mad because it's only released in hardcover, and the first one was only like released in paperback. So what the crap am I supposed to do? Now they're gonna look wonky donkey on my shelf. Sarah A. Parker. Avon Publishing. Like they're watching this. But anyways, we got this one. This is the second in the series. Basically, When the Moon Hatched, we have this, she's like, you know what, she's kind of like a thief, and she is tasked with like getting something. I think she gets caught, and there's dual timelines basically. So there's like the current timeline and like a previous timeline in a sense, with like these written letters by some long lost princess. And yes. But we have like our main female character, and she's kind of like a thief. She works with this like secret society kind of guild, where like the king, she's doing things to oppose the kings that are in charge. And yes, dragons slash wyverns. No, they're dragons. They're dragons. Basically, when a dragon dies, it flies up into the sky and becomes a star. And the Ballad of Falling Dragons is basically like this one is supposed to be, I guess, the stars are falling, which just means the dragons are falling, which is bad because, you know, it causes a lot of destruction. They're really up high, and when they crash down low, boom, cow. Okay, so that's the second one. I don't know much about it because it's the second one and I have yet to read it. So I read the first one. The first one was great. I really enjoyed it. And I have the second. Okay, up next is going to be Kissed by the Gods. This is by Kathy Rogan. This is, I guess, the first one in the Eternal Wars. She's got very pretty spread edges. And let's see. Ooh, the in paper art is really pretty too. Oh my gosh! I forgot. Okay, so here is the naked hardcover. She looks like this. And our end pages looking like this. Ooh, beautiful. You see that? You see that? It's Pegasus. Basically, our main character, she has, like, she's been god kissed, or like goddess kissed, basically. So she has like special powers, and one day they discover her special powers because, you know, something happens, of course, as they do when people have special powers, and, you know, they live in an unjust world. But instead of being, you know, ended, she is sent off to this war college camp school kind of situation where she's, you know, trained, and they're going to make her use her powers to learn how to fly a Pegasus. Winged horse is what they called it, but, you know, evidently we're fantasy people. It's a Pegasus. So that is that one, but she might be falling for her trainer. Okay, girl, get it. Anyways, that is that one. We need to keep going. I have so freaking many. Next up, this is actually a spin-off of the Mythos Academy series by Miss Jennifer Estep. This is Spartan Destiny, Spartan Promise, Spartan Heart. This is going to be following our main character, Gwen. It's going to be following her cousin, Rory. So after everything that happens in the Mythos Academy series, you'll need, like, you can read this one. But you would need to read that one and then this one. So, yes. I am rereading that series. It's been quite some time, like a long time. And I don't even think I finished the last two. So, I have commitment issues with books, okay? I don't like saying goodbye. It's the same with TV shows. That's why I will never finish Gossip Girl, even though I own it. Anyways, sorry I kicked you guys. Are you okay? Okay, we're good. We're good. Anyways, I bought these three. It's a spinoff. It's Mythos Academy. She's at so Rory is actually at a different branch of the Mythos Academy than Gwen is. They don't go to school together, but they did help each other in the last series. But I got those three. That is actually the whole spin-off series, and I purchased it. Next up, we have The Blood Orchid. This is by Kylie Lee Baker. This is the duology. Oh, it's a sequel to The Scarlet Alchemist. Look at that cover. She's stunning. Stunning. I know nothing. Okay, I know nothing. Because I bought The Scarlet Alchemist so long ago. So I know nothing. But I saw this was out and I purchased it. I am nothing but a series completer. And then when I say series completer, I mean I will own the whole series before I finish it. We're going into that one blind because it's the second in the series that I don't remember much about. Alright. Next up, we have A Cruel King. This is by Miss Runikind. This is the first book in the Royal Elite series. Basically, this is following Levi and Astrid. This one is actually like one of the longer series. This is, of course, before the Legacy of God series. Because Levi and Astrid, whose parents are they? Are they Glenn's? No. Wait. Hold on. Whose parents are you? I don't remember. Anyway, they have kids. I cannot remember whose kids they have, but like which ones are there. Oh, hold on. Just kidding. There's a thing in the back. Oh, okay, okay. Levi and Astrid have Landon, Brandon, and Glenn. Okay, okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Alright. It's Glenn's parents. Awesome. And Bran and Lance. Okay, so it's their parents' stories. So, that is that. Next up, we have Demon's Bounty. This is by Lee Miller. Honestly, I think I first discovered her work like a year and a half or so. Maybe like 2023, 2024. I don't remember. But this is the third book in the Crescent Coven series. This one is following a witch and a demon. Actually, most of them have followed. No, wait. Yes, most of them have followed a witch and a demon. That's kind of just like the thing. So basically, and they're all interconnected standalones, but you do need to read them in order. Yes. But basically, at our very first one, which was Demon's Bride, our main character, she is like accidentally selected to be like this witch conduit basically in the demon world. She's set off to marry the demon king, but she's not prepared for it, and she has to figure out why the veil between like the human world where the witches are and then the demon's world is failing. So she has to figure that out, and then it'll go from there. And then this is the third one in that series, so it goes Demon's Bride, Demon's Bane, and now Demon's Bounty. And then I think the fourth one will come out towards like the end of this year. But this one came out this year, so I did purchase it. I actually got 2 of these. I don't know how I did that, but I did. Amazon, what in the world? But anyways, it's hard to explain when you need to read the others to know what's going on in this one. So if you love a good demon romance, like monster romance kind of situation, Lee Miller, she's got some great ones. Nora's Kraken, and he goes Kraken something. Sorry, Dad. Alright, now this is actually, we've been here for a minute. This is the last like book I have, and then we're gonna move to manga, and then I have something else to show you guys. So yes, okay, this is a series. I had to purchase every single one of this because this has officially become a god tier series for me, and I mean god tier. I am obsessed with the series, if you don't know by now. And I basically read every single one of these books on Kindle Unlimited, and then she Ursa Dax had like put out this comment on her Instagram that like something was changing with her indie published like covers and things like that, and I was like, bet I need all of them then, because you know there's gonna be changes. So I purchased all of them. As you can see, basically this is the Cowboy Colony Mail Order Bride series by Miss Ursa Dax. I love Sappy. Okay, so starting off strong, it is indeed an interconnected standalone. You do need to read them in order. However, every alien has their story with their human lover. Basically, we have a penal colony, which is where all of these Zabran male aliens are staying, except 2 of the love interest alien men are not on the penal colony because they got in trouble. They're the wardens. So we have our alien men. They're on the penal colony because they all committed crimes when they were children, and that's why they're sent to where they've been sent to. And then the Zabrian Empire is just like, actually, you know what? We're never going to let you guys come home because you committed these crimes, even though a lot of them were generally just self-defense acts, because like, the Zabrian Council and their government is whack-a-doodle-do, okay? Whack-a-doodle. So basically, they've like committed these crimes. They're on this penal, I feel like I said penal in this. I'm wrong, it's penal, okay, it's penal, not penal, penal, a penal colony, basically, you know, a jail planet, and they're all here, and each male has their own love interest, and they all have their stories. So the very first one is Married to the Alien Cowboy. This is following Cherry? I think her name is Cherry. I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. It's also been a minute. So it's following Sylar. He's the Zabrian male, and then our female's name is, also one of the best things, Miss Ursa Dax likes to write dual POVs. I was right, it's Sylar and Cherry. So that is the first one. The second one is Wrangled by the Alien Rancher. This is following Fallon and Darcy. Then we have Resisting the Alien Rider. This is Magnolia and what's his face? Garrick. Then we have Wanted by the Alien Warden. This is following Warden 10 and Tasha. So Tasha is actually the human Zabrian liaison. So yes, her and the Warden. I love the series, obsessed. But it's following them. Then we have Married to the Alien Mountain Man. This is following Jaya and Oaken. This was so good. Oaken is the sweetest sweetie pie of life. Then we have Rescued by the Alien Bull Rider. This is following Jolene and Zorro. This was also super good. And why, yes, you see that baby bump. She came to this penal colony. Preggers! It was so cute. It's so cute. Okay, then we have Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner. This is following Riven and Shiloh. And then we have the last one that's been published is Longing for the Alien Lawman. This one, there's something about the Warden stories that just had me fangirling like crazy. But this is basically following Warden Hallam and Lul Hati. So it's following Warden Hallam and Lul Hati. And this freaking one, banger, 5 stars. God tier series. I was absolutely obsessed with every single one of these. I was honestly, they're not that long, so I was literally finishing them like in a day and a half. And I was working, so you know I was obsessed. Alright, we're losing light because I've been yapping too much. We are going to fly through the manga, okay? Because I'm too yappy. Because most of these aren't like the first volume. So, for a third volume, we have the Feisty Omega and his twin mates. Basically, it's an Omega verse. We have 2 twin alphas, and then they have a snooty Omega for a mate. I also purchased the Blue Lock Omnibus version. This is 1 through 3. This is 4 through 6. So this is Blue Lock Omnibus Volume 2, Volume 1. We purchased them both. I love Blue Lock. It is... Honestly, I've been rewatching it. I love it. It's great. Current manga that I'm reading is The Dangerous Convenience Store. This is volume 3. I actually finished volume 2, but I purchased 2, 3, and hold on, volume 4. So we have all the way up to volume 4. I'm currently reading volume 3. I love this manga. It's so good. Like, he is just, oh, chef's kiss. Especially when he was just like, and of course, once again, we're gonna knock out all of the BLs first. But like the way like this male love interest is just like, oh, you wanna forget that crappy guy? How about my big dick? I shit you not, that's exactly what he said. That's what he said. And I was like, oh, yes. Anyways, on to more BLs. So this one is actually a new one I found when I went up to Second and Charles. So this is volume 1 and 2 of Scattering His Virgin Bloom Love Frenzy. I have no idea what these are about. Honestly, he had me at the title. Oh, right. They're Omegas and Alphas. I'm all about an Omega and an Alpha when it's male-male. As long as, if it was a female Alpha, it weirds my brain out when she's a hermaphrodite. It can't function, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. Like, why does she have both parts? Like, make that make sense. Like, why is, it's, you know what, it is a weird, there's a manga series that I'm thinking about, and I'm going to unhaul that because I can't, it's not my vibe. But they're alphas, they're and omegas, and it's, you know, he's a virgin, so he's a late bloomer. He comes into heat, and I think it's his boss. Nope, a guy he works with at a cafe. Anyways, next up we have Yachirin Bitch Club. You know I'm obsessed with this manga. We have volume 4 and volume 5. Love them. If you don't know about them, basically our main male character, he goes to a all-boys school. After he transfers, he joins a photography club. Not actually a photography club, it is a brothel. They service the other males at their school. Their president likes a gangbang. Back to what we've got. Back to me with the next one. We have, turns out my online friend is my real life boss. This is a no it's not. This is a manga, not a manhwa. Some of them are manhwa, most of them are manga. Just so, I mean, it just, like, it's Korean versus Japanese. And manhwa. I'm saying it wrong probably, but there's 3 different types. There's Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. So, manga, Japanese, manhwa, and manhwa. One of those two, I can't remember which is which at the top of my head, but they're spelled differently. M-A-N-H-W-A, Korean. M-A-N-H-U-A, Chinese. Okay, that's how you know. That's how I know. That's how you know. You're welcome. But basically, this guy, he is gaming online with this guy. They're like besties online, and then he finds out he's his boss. Now, these two aren't BLs. First up, we have If the Villainess and the Villain Met and Fell in Love. I also got this one from Second & Charles. Honestly, I just had a really big Second & Charles manga purchase day. It was a good time. I was happy. And this is like collective. This is pretty much like May, the end of April, and June. So, no, this was not all purchased in 1 month, okay? I'm not that psychotic. I mean, I can be, but I'm not. Anyways, I think it's an isekai. I have no idea. It sounded really cute, and I think Lady Moon talked about this one, so I grabbed it. I could be wrong. Then we have The Devil's a Part-Timer. This is volume 1. I love this anime. So our main character, he's Satan. He, like, leaves his world because, like, it's under, like, siege. They're battling, like, some celestial court-esque thing going on. So Satan leaves, and he's like, oh, I'm going to take over Earth. And he starts by working at a McDonald's. Yes. Which is basically like, you know, the anime version of McDonald's. But he's working at there, and he's, you know, gonna take over the world while working at this fast food restaurant. It's great. It's so cute. I love the anime. And now I'm going to collect the manga because that is a fun time for me. Next, we are going to get into a purchase that is not book related. Surprise, surprise, I have one of this. I actually made a purchase on The Real Real. If you don't know what it is, The Real Real is basically a luxury consignment store. And they sell, it's a consignment store, that means it's used items. Okay, so I found this fun little sweater dress. It's a little too hot today for me to put this on because she's kind of thick. But I'll put a picture right here. But she's this fun little sweater dress. She even has a hood and pockets. And she feels really warm. Like, this will be amazing come fall time, like with a pair of boots, with some sneakers. It'll be great. And she's got pockets. So, this is actually by Faith Connection. And then, this is the thing I'm the most excited for. I purchased okay, so this is a pair of shoes, if you couldn't tell. Because in all honesty, I am more of a shoe person than a bag person, so if I'm gonna buy something, you know, my first Chanel purchase used, like pre-loved or anything like that, obviously I'm gonna go for shoes. And honestly, I don't even think these shoes were worn. But they came in their little dust bags, like they each have their own individual dust bag, but this is the shoe! She's so cute! And like, look at the bottom. Hold on, you can't really see because my ring light and it's white, so. But anyways, yes, look at that nice clean bottom. They're really nice. It doesn't even look like they have any like wear on the inside or anything like that. I have tried them on, they do fit. They're like, I got a 6.5, so they're slightly snug. I don't have like I have a narrow foot, but I don't have like a super narrow foot. But no, like they're in such great condition, and I was just like, they're so cute. You know, it's Chanel or whatever. But yes, so I ended up getting that. Like, of course, there's 2 pairs. They both have their own individual dust bags. I think I'm just gonna keep this box forever because it's Chanel. Oh, I don't want to be one of those people, but like, you have to. Just stick that back in there. But that was our little collective haul. Those are all the things I've been purchasing. I feel like I bought other things. Yeah, I did. Hold on one second. Let me show you. Alright, and the very last thing I purchased, which is probably slightly a letdown after like the Chanel stuff, but we love anime here, and we just talked about a whole bunch of BLs and manga. So we have these two little t-shirts I got from the Hot Top outlet in Castle Rock. So this is a Twisted Wonderland tee. So if you don't know about Twisted Wonderland, basically it's like all the Disney villains had sons and they go to this academy. It's also an isekai. And yes, then we picked up another one because it was buy two get one free, and I picked up another one, but it was for my dad, so he already has that. But anyways, this is the one I picked up. This is the Madoka Magica shirt, and it's bright pink. And yes, okay, now that is the official end of the haul. I've done a little bit of shopping. I'm, you know, slowly getting back into like my love for fashion, dressing up and putting on fun outfits and clothes and things like that. Okay, but that is actually all I have for today's video. If you made it this far, leave a little fun little heart emoji down in the comments below. If you like this video, like it if you wanna, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. But I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and as always, be bold, bright, and beautiful, but most importantly, be yourself. That's all I got, so bye!
Yeah, I never met someone like you. Oh, to your mama, she a blessing. There's nothing that I would undo.